Welcome to Ifa Stories, where ancient wisdom meets modern storytelling. Step into the sacred tradition of Ifa, rooted in Yoruba land and shaped through centuries of interaction with neighboring West African cultures and preserved in the Lukumi tradition of the diaspora. Here we engage the Ifa divination corpus, the sacred Odu through which Òrúnmìlà reveals insight into destiny and moral order, reflected in the lives of Orisha, Irunmole, Awos, communities, and all who seek guidance. These are not distant myths, but living teachings, bridges between past and present, illuminating responsibility, consequence, and the human path. Honor the wisdom. Reflect on destiny. Journey with us into the heart of Ifa. Subscribe and let the stories speak. Learn more at ifastories.com. Introductory note. This retelling draws on a traditional account preserved in Caminos de Ifa, edited by Ernesto Valdez Jain under Proyecto Òrúnmìlà, a collaborative Cuban project dedicated to collecting, comparing, preserving, and publishing Osha Ifa source materials. The narration, adaptation, and commentary presented here are original to Ifa Stories. Cinematic narrative of Ifa Stories. Title: The Path. Where the great power of Iku's son, the great power of Ifa's son, and Oparaldo were born. Odu, Oyekun Iroso. Rezo, Oyekun Iroso. Awo come, awo Ifa abinere. Awo como, awo akeremi Iku. Awo como, awo aye. Adie dundun abonire kumo. Awo paka do obani shawe. Como awe Iku aberikunlo. Ona baramiregun. Awe como. Awo omo aye Iku. Awo como. Awo Oyekun Iroso. Abonire. Òrúnmìlà omo como. Awo abeya Ifa. Awo ni Orun. In the land of Abonire, power was already at work. But not all power moved in the same way. One power gave strength, virtue, and well-being through Ifa. Another would rise through fear, resentment, and hidden work. And from that struggle, a great secret was born. This is a story of authority, danger, and reversal. It unfolds in a world where Ifa is already active through feeding, sacrifice, ashe, and sacred speech. Yet beside that world stands another line, tied to Iku and to a power that does not bring peace. What follows is not only a contest between figures, it is a contest between power that strengthens a people and power that seeks to dominate them through fear. In the land of Abonire, there lived a son of Ifa. He held great authority over that land, and whenever everyone finished eating, they would remain seated and fall asleep. Then he would come and perform his great secret with Adie Dundun, calling upon the great power of Ifa and its great ashe. And he would give great powers to the people of that land. When he performed this ceremony to remove evil from the land and to give it power and great virtue, he would call out, singing, Oyekun Iroso, kalekun bawa Ifa nire. Kalekun leyere Iku, babawa Òrúnmìlà laderi, babawa Ifa layere. He would give the two Adie Dundun to Ifa, and in that way he gave the power so that they might live well. He invited the people of that land to eat from those adie, and he placed before Òrúnmìlà a gourd with cooked onibonibo, one with yam broth, one with eshinshin, one with erikinia, and one with ere de carita, together with a little figure covered with plenty of epo. After everyone had eaten that food, they made ebo with all of it and sent it on its way. After that, the son of Iku, whose name was Awo Aberibiku, would come and eat the food. But the people of the land where Awo Aberibiku lived ate nothing but oshinshin and flour, and they lived in great fear. because he held great power over them. For Iku was the one who brought that food every day, and sometimes he also brought adie. But when Iku saw that his son no longer had power as an awo, he became resentful and upset. From there, the story turned toward danger. Iku went to complain before Obatala, and Obatala said to him, "If you possess all the power in the world, why have you given so little power to your son?" Ashamed, he went to Osain, and Osain said to him, "I am going to prepare a work for you, but when Orubo Dundun is asleep, bring me the alese, the root of Caimito, vergonzosa, salvadera, maravilla blanca, and seeds. And while he is asleep, take a piece of ekute, earth from different places, and different creatures of the earth, igui." That is what Iku did, and when he went to the house of Osain, he sang, "Iku babare Iku, Iku egun baragun, Iku babare Iku." Osain heard him and said, "Here comes Iku." Osain prepared the work for him and told Iku to keep it in a salvadera tree, so that when he arrived in the land where Awo Omo Awo Inya was, he should blow the afoshe that he had given him. And he said to Iku, "In 7 days, at 7 at night, go and snatch away everyone who is asleep, when they fall asleep in the land of Komo Awo Ifa, which was the land of the son of Ifa." But on the side of protection, another consultation was also opened. That was the land of the son of Ifa, who had been told that he must always keep that hen tied wherever he might be, and that one day he would be told what he had to do with it. Awo Komo Awo Ifa began to see what was happening. He was frightened and upset. He took 2 coconuts and 2 adie and went before Ifa, and Ifa said to him, "That adie must be given to the great secret, and plenty of coconut must be grated, and the blood of the adie must be given, together with kobori eleda." Then Ifa said to him, "Very well. Each one has a candle. It shall be lit at 7 at night. And with that hen you have tied, and this coconut I am going to give you, you are going to perform Oparaldo with it and this cloth." Before the danger entered openly, the story had already established a condition. The hen had to remain tied wherever the son of Ifa might be. It was not to be released before its appointed purpose. And another warning had also been fixed in time. The night of danger was named. The night of protection was also named. 7 days, 7 at night. The threat had its hour. The response had its hour. What had been prepared in secret now began to move toward the people. The work had already been made. The tree had already been chosen. The afoshe had already been given. The time had already been set. And the people in that land were the same people who, after eating, would remain seated and fall asleep. The danger did not need noise. It needed timing. And it was there that the warning proved its weight. Then Iku came singing, "Iku towa baba bawa, Iku towa baba baba, Iku egun ayere Iku baba." Awo Komo, Awo Ifa saw him and began to light candles for everyone. When Iku saw the candles, he stopped and became frightened. And Awo Komo Awo sang, "Onile, onile baba, Iku Olona, onire, onire baba, Iku Olona, egun baba, Iku Olona, Awo Komo Awo, Iku Olona, Iku lode Komo Awo." Iku ran away, and everyone woke up. When Awo Komo Awo went to place the adie in the salvadera, he found what Iku had stored there. He took it and brought it to Ifa, saying to him, "Let us go to the great secret of Ifa and see what we are going to do with this." When they arrived at the great secret, Òrúnmìlà poured ashe over it and said, "Bring me a fish from the river, so that blood may be given to it, because this is going to become the great secret." And he broke a coconut behind Iku. What had been hidden for harm was now being placed under sacred authority. What had been carried in secrecy was now being judged in the open presence of sacred power. Iku became so frightened when the coconut was broken that he went to where his son was and said to him, "You have no power at all. And to show you that I do, I am going to begin with you." So the line of fear turned back upon itself. The sleeping people were not taken. They awakened. What had been hidden did not remain hidden. It was found. And what had been prepared for harm did not remain in the service of harm. It became the great secret. The story leaves behind a final instruction. One must have a shell or a pot with its lid leaving a small opening. It is fed with a black hen, fish blood, or ologbo. It carries an ota and a black necklace. So the story does not remain only as memory, it remains as instruction. This patakí teaches that power does not appear in the same form in every character. The son of Ifa stands for power that feeds, blesses, and strengthens the people through sacrifice, sacred speech, and ashe. The son of Iku, Awo Aberibiku, stands for power surrounded by fear, but lacking true stability. Iku himself becomes the force of resentment, hostile movement, and death-driven will. Obatala exposes the imbalance at the heart of that power. Osain prepares the hidden means by which danger is sent forth. Awo Komo Awo Ifa becomes the obedient defender who answers fear with ritual action. And Òrúnmìlà stands as the final authority before whom the hostile work is exposed, judged, and transformed. At this point, the story reveals something deeper about the two sons. The son of Iku, Awo Aberibiku, does possess a kind of power, but his power is surrounded by fear. The people under him live with restriction. They eat little. They remain afraid. His authority exists, but it does not nourish the land. Iku sees this, and he becomes ashamed. His concern for his son is not gentle in the ordinary sense. It is shaped by pride, power, and fear of loss. Iku does not want his son to appear weak. He wants him to be feared, recognized, and restored. That is why Obatala's question strikes so deeply. If you possess all the power in the world, why have you given so little power to your own son? This question exposes the contradiction. The son of Iku is not unstable because power is absent. He is unstable because his power is not properly ordered. It does not bless. It does not feed. It does not protect. It produces fear. So Iku turns toward Osain, and from that moment, the father's concern becomes dangerous. What begins as shame over his son becomes a hidden work aimed at the people protected by the son of Ifa. But the son of Ifa stands in a very different relationship. He does not depend only on personal force. He belongs to the order of Ifa. His power flows through consultation, obedience, sacrifice, and sacred responsibility. The people of Abonire are vulnerable because they fall asleep after eating. Yet they are not abandoned. The son of Ifa watches over them. He performs sacred work for their strength. And when danger begins to move toward them, he does not act carelessly. He goes before Ifa. This is what defines a true son of Ifa. He listens before acting. He follows what is revealed. He protects according to what Ifa opens. Later, when the hidden work is found in the salvadera tree, the son of Ifa does not keep it for himself. He brings it before Ifa and before Òrúnmìlà. This shows humility. This shows order. This shows that danger is not handled through ego, but through sacred authority. Then Òrúnmìlà pours ashe over it, and declares that it will become the great secret. And here the patakí shows the difference between the two relationships. Iku seeks to empower his son through hidden danger. Òrúnmìlà empowers the son of Ifa through revealed order, sacrifice, and transformation. And this is where Ifa gives the answer. In this patakí, Ifa gives a concrete response to the advance of Iku. The tied hen, the coconut, the cloth, the blood, the candles, and the Oparaldo itself. These are not decorative objects in the story. They are the ritual means by which danger is confronted, separated, and driven back. So in this story, the rite becomes the sacred tool by which death force is blocked, harmful presence is forced away, and the road is closed against what sought to enter. And it teaches something deeper still. Once danger is forced back, it is not merely discarded. What was prepared for harm is uncovered, brought before Òrúnmìlà, covered in ashe, and made into the great secret. So the final law of the patakí is not only that evil can be resisted, it is that rightful sacred order can reveal it, cleanse it, judge it, and transform its threat into enduring spiritual power. And the sacred speech of this patakí begins even before the story itself. The opening rezo stands at the doorway of the narrative, and the later chants rise at the exact moments when power, danger, and resistance enter the story. Because these lines are preserved in liturgical and source-based spelling, their meanings should be heard as cautious prayer glosses, not as strict word-for-word translations. The opening rezo gathers the world of the story before the events unfold. Oyekun Iroso awo kome awo. Ifa abinere awo komo awo. Akeremi iku awo komo awo. Aye adie dundun abonire kumo awo. Pakado obani shawe komo awe. Iku aberikunlo ona baramiregun awe komo awo. Omo aye iku awo komo awo. Oyekun Iroso abonire Òrúnmìlà. Omo komo awo abeya. Ifa awo ni orun. Its prayer meaning may be heard like this. Oyekun Iroso, sacred awo of Ifa in abonire. Awo komo awo, in the path where Iku is present. Awo of the black hen in abonire. Awo of the road where awo aberibiku moves. Awo in the line of the child of Iku. Oyekun Iroso of abonire. Òrúnmìlà, child of komo awo. Ifa awo in heaven. This rezo applies to the story because it gathers the whole sacred field of the patakí before the events begin. It names the world of Oyekun Iroso, Ifa, Iku, abonire, awo aberibiku, Òrúnmìlà, and the adie dundun, which are all central to the story that follows. In that way, it prepares the listener for the spiritual movement of the patakí. The first chant belongs to the son of Ifa. It is the chant of sacred opening, blessing, and empowerment. Oyekun Irose, kalekun bawa Ifa nire. Kalekun leyere iku babawa Òrúnmìlà. Laderi babawa Ifa leyere. Its prayer meaning may be heard like this. Oyekun Irose, open the sacred way. Bring the blessing and benefit of Ifa. Let the work stand over Iku. Father Òrúnmìlà, stand at the head. Father Ifa, bring blessing and right order. This chant applies to the story because it belongs to the son of Ifa when he removes evil from the land and gives it power and great virtue. It is the sacred voice of the right that strengthens the people of Onile. The second chant belongs to Iku. It is the chant of announcement, the sound of danger already in motion. Iku babare iku. Iku egun baragun. Iku babare iku. Its prayer meaning may be heard like this. Iku, Father Iku. Iku, spirit force of death. Iku, Father Iku. This chant applies to the story because Iku sings it on the way to the house of Osain, when he is already moving to obtain the hostile work for his son. The danger has not yet entered the land, but it is already on the road. The third chant also belongs to Iku. Now the danger is no longer being prepared. It has arrived. Iku towa bababawa. Iku towa babababa. Iku egun ayere iku baba. Its prayer meaning may be heard like this. Iku is coming. The Father is coming. Iku is coming. Father, Father. Iku, spirit force moving through the world. This chant applies to the story because it is sung at the moment of approach, when Iku comes during the Candle and Oparaldo confrontation. It marks the actual entrance of threat into the moment of testing. And the fourth chant belongs to Awo Como Awo. This is the chant of resistance. Onile, Onile, Baba, Iku. Olona, Onire, Onire. Baba, Iku, Olona. Egun, Baba, Iku, Olona. Awo, Como, Awo. Iku, Olona, Iku, Lode, Como, Awo. Its prayer meaning may be heard like this. Onile, Onile, Father, keep Iku on the road. Onire, Onire, Father, keep Iku on the road. Spirit Father, keep Iku on the road. Awo como awo, keep Iku on the road. Let Iku remain outside como awo. This chant applies to the story because it is the sacred speech that answers danger. It belongs to the moment when Iku sees the candles, becomes frightened, and is denied entrance into the protected space. It is the boundary chant that pushes him back and keeps him outside. So the sacred speech of this patakí moves in 4 stages. Opening, announcement, arrival, resistance. And through those movements, the listener can hear the full spiritual struggle of the story. In Afro-Cuban and Lukumi understanding, Oparaldo is not a minor ceremony. It is a sacred work of cleansing, expulsion, and spiritual separation, used to confront disturbing dead, harmful influence, and destructive force. For those new to the tradition, this shows that the people are not abandoned before spiritual danger. And for those within the tradition, it reveals that Oparaldo is one of the sacred ritual means a Babalawo may possess and perform when Ifa opens the way for protection, cleansing, and spiritual defense.